What accounting firm is closed at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday?
Oh, this is a...
Oh my God, how do they walk away in movies without flinching when it explodes behind them? There's no way! I need an MRI!
How many times have you seen a movie where a person who is recently arrested gets one and only one phone call, so they better make it count? Or how about a hero walking away unharmed from a huge explosion? Here are 6 movie myths that a lot of us believe, even though they are complete nonsense. Truth serums. On the silver screen, a person will immediately spill their guts and reveal everything when given a truth serum. In real life, truth serums do exist, but they don't really work. They behave as sedatives and slow down your brain and bodily functions, which makes it harder to lie. But truth serums don't actually make a person more honest, and they don't guarantee that you're going to get the truth out of them. Phone calls from jail. It seems like every time a person is arrested in a movie, they're informed of or are begging for their one phone call. The truth is, the recently arrested do have the right to talk to an attorney, but there is no guaranteed right to a phone call. The laws on calls from jail vary from state to state, so depending where you are, you could get as many calls as you want, or none at all. Colorful laser weapons. The most obvious on-screen example of this myth is found in Star Wars. Laser gunfights in space light up the sky with brilliant colors as warring factions compete for supremacy in the galaxy. But that's not the way it actually works with lasers. If space laser weapons were developed, their beams would be invisible. Light needs a surface to reflect off of to be visible to the human eye. The fact is, there's no atmosphere in outer space, so these futuristic laser shots would be impossible to see, because there aren't any particles to scatter the light. Sorry, sci-fi fans. Escaping explosions. Here's another myth you see on a regular basis. An action star calmly strutting away from a huge explosion. Well, that's not how it works in the real world. There are several reasons why a person doesn't just walk away from a nearby bomb blast. The initial blast wave overpressurizes the air and sends particles flying faster than the speed of sound. The shockwave from the blast then moves through the human body and damages internal organs and tissue. After that, you have to deal with the fragmentation, shrapnel, and the fire and heat. So, unless you're pretty far away, it's gonna mess you up. Instantchloroform. This is a classic way to disarm an opponent or rival in film. Dump some chloroform on a rag, hold it over their mouth, and they will be knocked out in seconds. Must work in real life, right? Wrong. Although chloroform can knock someone out, it takes at least 5 minutes with a perfectly measured dose to make a person unconscious. And that 5-minute rule would involve a skilled anesthetist administering the chloroform. Look, someone is drowning! Drowning people in movies scream and thrash and flail about, making enough of a scene that everyone on the beach knows they are in peril. But in reality, drowning victims are hard to spot because they're usually gasping for air, going under, and running out of oxygen. They also are often fatigued and therefore won't be flailing their arms. Instead, a drowning person is usually stationary and in a vertical position with their head bobbing in and out of the water as they gasp for air and try to push their hands down to propel themselves to the surface. Much tougher to see from shore. Do you have any movie myths you think should be debunked? Drop us your thoughts in the comments.